Daniel.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. Can you tell me about the Gonzaga Chess? How is it associated with chess, and about the Gonzaga Charity Championship, which is going on now? So, just a few brief introduction about the history.
Yeah, the Gonzaga College has a really long history with chess, at least from an Irish perspective. It was the 1970s, around 1975, 76, the school set up their first ever chess club, and there was a teacher called Jerry Murphy, and he was here all the way from then until 2005, and he ran the chess club in Gonzaga. He had some really great players in it, the likes of Sam Collins, who's an international master pushing to become a grandmaster, Mark Quinn, who's an international master. So the school has contributed a lot to Irish chess, and it's created many strong players over the years that they've been up.
Yeah.
So in 2005, I joined the school as a member of staff. I had been in the school from 96 to 2002 as a pupil. I studied.
Oh, you studied in Gonzaga?
Yeah, that's right. And I studied under Jerry Murphy, who was the teacher of chess, and absolutely loved it. And chess, was a really important part of my time here. So when I joined in 2005, Jerry was actually just retiring. So in 2006, I was able to take over chess from him. So there was a nice continuation, and it was great to be able to keep up the tradition.
Yeah, you've taken Gonzaga chess to great heights. I can say that.
Well, there's been excellent foundations over the years, so I definitely have to give credit there. But we've been very successful over the last while. The school has been lucky to get in some really strong players. Conor O'Donnell came here, and he really lifted the standards, and he brought a lot of people with him as well. We have Henry Lee in more recent times. Peter Carroll is doing very well. So the school has actually had a few title players pass through the school, but just the general standard of Irish chess, and a lot of the credit has to go to other people again. Alex Babourn has done lots for Irish chess.
Yeah.
You'd also have the Irish Chess Union, really promoting and getting lots of juniors involved. And the school has really benefited from that. It's not just been the work that's done in school, it's also outside of it. The Rathmines Juniors Club, the St. Benilda's Club. There are so many clubs for young players to go to, and people who are giving up their time and volunteering. The Osbornes, for instance, and that's really lifted the level of Irish chess, and Gonzaga has benefited from that massively.
Yeah. So how was 2019 for Gonzaga?
2019's been a great year. We played over in the Millfield International Chess Competition. That's how we really tried to measure our success, not just at home, but playing against the top schools over in England. They're the biggest challenge that we have, and so we won that tournament.
And that was, I guess, for the 14th time.
It was our sixth time in a row that we won it, which was kind of an unprecedented run. Before that, the previous long run was Nottingham, who won it 4 times in a row in the 80s into the 90s. And Gonzaga.
So Gonzaga is carry forwarding that.
Yeah, exactly. We'd won the tournament in 1992. It was held in Marlwood before Millfield, and that was, for instance, international master. There was Alan Peart was playing on the team, and Mark Quinn, who's the international master. They were the 2 strongest players on that team. Then there was a bit of a wait. We won it in '99 again. I was part of that team. I was a transition year.
Did you play Millfield then?
I did, yeah. I was board 7. I was a 4th year in the school, and we were being led by Sam Collins, again, international master. Gordon Freeman was on that team. David Murray from my year was on that team. Gordon Freeman was on the team. Adam Kelly, Owen Casey. A lot of very strong players that people would still know today. They've continued on the tradition. So we won it 92, 99. There was a really big long wait for a win. And in 2014 we won it, and we've
You're continuing the saga of winning till now.
Yeah, it's been incredible to see, because really leading up to it, there were many years where we thought that we would never win it again, but that was the one that we really wanted to conquer, I suppose. And finally, it happened in 2014, and just the standard has gone up and up and up. The school has really invested in chess. The average person who comes to the school, well, we were very lucky that I'd say maybe 10 to 15% of all the students would have played an ICU rated tournament in their time in the school. So it's big numbers. You'd have 50 or 60 students having played a tournament. But let's say the average student who goes here doesn't know too much about chess, but they know that it's a big part of the school. They get very excited about it, even if they don't know the ins and outs of it, and they know how important it is to their friends who are playing, and they really give us great support. And that's also true from the staff, especially, and also the headmaster, Damon McCall.
Yeah, and so how is the tournament going now in?
Well, this is a tournament that has quite a bit of history. We have this being the 19th year of the tournament. When I was a transition year back in 2000, that was sort of the origins of this tournament. It was very humble beginnings. It was so humble that year that it didn't actually happen. We thought about running the tournament, but we didn't quite have the time, and we passed on the idea then. And 2 years later, Brian Murphy, who was Jerry's son, and a few of his contemporaries, Ross O'Leary O'Reilly, Graham Neary, Ronan O'Connell, they set up the tournament for the first time in 2002. And really, it's been a remarkable rise in the most recent years. It was a humble enough tournament, maybe 50 or 60 players for the first few years. But in recent years, it's really exploded. This year we have around 200 players playing in the tournament. And again, the credit has to go to the ICU and Alex and everybody else who has so many juniors playing that really the numbers have jumped up. I should also say that we're very lucky. MHL Hotel Group, they give us hotel rooms for this weekend, which means that we can attract some
more
really
players.
Strong players. Yeah, we've 7 grandmasters in this year. One of them in the top 100 in the world, and a couple of 2600s. So it's not just grandmasters; it's actually very strong grandmasters, and it's great to be able to bring that to Ireland so that Irish players can play against the best in the world. And we've seen even this weekend that there have been some major upsets. Mutarim beat Ante Šarić, who's 25-60 or so.
And now he drew with another GM, I guess.
Oh, really? Okay. I hadn't even seen that result today. So more upsets, and those are opportunities that 10 or 15 years ago Irish players weren't getting at home. They would always have to travel abroad if they wanted to do that. And today even we have Henry Lee. He's one of our students. He's a 5th year. And he's playing up on the stage against Matthew Turner, who's the grandmaster from Millfield. So it's Gonzaga versus Millfield, albeit student versus teacher. And it looks like it's going well for Henry. So hopefully he can convert that as well. And as I say, those are just great opportunities for students to have.
Okay, Daniel. And can you just? I think there's a wall of fame I think behind you.
That's right.
So can you just have a look around that?
Yeah, well, just tell you a little bit about it. This dates back from the 1970s when the club first started, and this was made in 2014. We have an archivist in the school. His name's Michael Bevan, and he created this, and it's just a nice little history of the school. So you can see down here we have all the teams that played mainly in the 90s, and that was under Jerry Murphy. So Jerry was this fantastic character with a wonderful beard, and he used to wear an academic gown. We have highlighted some of the really strong players. Some of the guys I mentioned, Owen Casey is there, Gordon Freeman, Adam Kelly, Peter Hayes, Sam Collins is here, David Murray. These were all my contemporaries. Right here you can see there's a very fresh-faced me back in 1999. So that was
Just have a close up of that.
that was actually the very first year that I played chess in the school. So I was a third year. I was a little bit late to the party, and then 2006. This was when I took over here. So there's less fresh-faced me as a teacher, and again there's a great profile of some of the players. So we have Ivan Baburin here, and Ivan is now.
Oh, he's so different then.
Yeah, he's now the arbiter of the tournament. So times have moved on, and
Yeah.
the great thing though is that people have stayed in touch with the school, and that they feel the connection to it, and they're happy to come back and play again, and actually just help out the tournament. And you have other great players. This was Sam Collins drawing against Alexander Grishuk at the Olympiad, and these are memories that some of the school kids have, because we were able to show this in class live as classes were going on, so people were able to follow how Sam was doing at those tournaments. And now Conor O'Donnell, who's featured up here, he was a fantastic player that we had, and he brought the team to new heights, really.
Yeah.
And Conor is now playing on the Irish team at the Olympiad. And
Okay, thank you very much, Daniel.
Not at all.
And your contribution to Gonzaga is immense, and for chess, for maths, and for science as well, I should say. Yeah. Thank you very much for being with us. Thank you very much, Daniel.
Thanks very much, and thanks for all that you do, and thanks for all that the ICU do as well.
Thank you.
Thanks.